Podketeers.
Anybody bring a towel? Don't forget to bring a towel.
Whatever he says.
Towel-y?
Tally.
Oh, guys, how you doing?
Poor Towley.
Poor
He's seen some
Towley.
stuff. He's seen some stuff. At least I've heard.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's good.
I don't know.
I was still reading this article.
You
and
did
I'm
the thing where I did that one time where I didn't realize we started recording and almost did a swear.
And I look up and it's like
well,
30
I
seconds.
did a
I'm like,
swear.
"Whoa."
Melissa almost.
I'm
That's
so glad I learned because,
That's the wonderful thing about cold opens like this.
Yep.
It's the wonderful thing about Tiggers.
They're bouncy, trouncy, pouncy,
Bouncy,
Fun,
trouncy,
fun,
flouncy, pouncy. Fun,
flouncy, pouncy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's
remember,
true.
it's funny that you're bringing up Tigger right now because I just was racing with him in Speedstorm earlier today, and I can I complain a clock for a little bit?
Sure.
Why
Complain o'clock.
Oh, clock. So
I'm going to make that into a sound effect one of these days.
Ooh, I like it.
Write it down.
I have I've expressed how much I have a love-hate relationship, I think, with Speedstorm.
Right.
The Disney's racing game, for those of you listening or watching that aren't familiar, Speedstorm is kind of like Disney's version of Mario Kart. It's got a bunch of Disney characters. It's got a bunch of really cool tracks that you can play on. But over the course of the last year or so, they're a free-to-play game.
Mm-hmm.
And so the free-to-play model really relies on players buying stuff. And Gameloft is the company that produces Speedstorm, same company that does Disney Dreamlight Valley. And which, by the way, also has had moments where it has absolutely pissed me off with how much they want me to buy stuff in their premium shop this last year. But that's a whole other complaint o'clock. But Speedstorm did something that felt really shady this time around, and I don't know exactly how to feel about it, because every 16 weeks or so, like every 2 or 3 months, they start a new season, right? And so every new season is themed to new characters. Like last time they had Winnie the Pooh, and so Winnie the Pooh, I think I may have told you the story on the podcast or off the podcast, I don't remember. But basically, you race and you earn season tokens, and those season tokens release or allow you to potentially get racer shards, which can level up your racers, make them faster, make them stronger, all that stuff. This season, we thought we were going to finally get what we've been asking for a really long time, because you have a Disney racing game, and what's the most obvious franchise to have in a car racing game?
Mary
Planes.
Poppins.
Planes and Mary Poppins. 100% correct. We're getting cars this season. At least that's what it was advertised, right? The new season, I get the download, we get the update, the splash screen comes on, and we see Lightning McQueen, Mater, and Sally. And I'm like, oh my God, this is great. We're finally gonna, we're getting, cars. This is fantastic, right? The Golden Pass guarantees at least 1.5 of those racers, as far as leveling them up as far as you can go. And then they'll release the third one as part of the second half of the Golden Pass. This time around, I played the first race as Lightning McQueen, because the first 2 or 3 races are always guest racers, and you get to races all of them kind of maxed out, so you kind of get a feel for what you're getting into with them. And it's kind of their way of enticing people to buy the Golden Pass, basically. So you get to play for free, so you can potentially buy the pass. Played the first race as Lightning McQueen, and the second race was Moana. A whole season revolves around Maui and Moana. Whole thing has nothing to do with cars. And so I'm thinking,
you should have been playing.
Did they just screw this up? What is happening right now? So I go into the store, I check it out. There is a deal available to unlock the 3 Cars characters.
Mm-hmm.
for $50.
I
Right.
don't know.
For $50. So the season that was supposed to be for cars, I bought the season pass thinking like, oh my god, we're gonna get cars now. This is great. I'm gonna get to unlock at least Lightning and Mater, this time around. Nope. You can only buy them. So the whole season, can't even earn them. You gotta buy them. And
That's gross.
I feel something nasty about that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of people that are pretty angry right now.
Yeah.
What's even worse
Completely
is
valid.
I didn't even notice this when and here's the thing, that first race with Lightning McQueen, like Ornament Valley and Radiator Springs and everything looks gorgeous. Like the tracks look amazing. It is so well replicated in the game. It is a shame that we're not getting even the Piston Cup track looks great. Yeah, exactly. Even that looks great. But I didn't notice this when the deal first came up, but apparently some people pointed out that it said as the title max out deal. And so Speedstorm occasionally has these deals where for a discounted rate you can max out one of the characters, and what would normally cost, and we've figured this out, it's about $150 to max out a character.
Oh my god.
Instead of spending that much, you spend like $20 and you can max out a character, right? And the tile for the cars where you unlock them for the $50 said cars max out pack. And so people were thinking they were buying like the $50 pack and they were going to get level 50 Lightning, Mater, and I can't remember if it's Sally or Cruz. It's one of the two. But what it did was unlock each character with like not even a level 1 out of the 5. And so people are like in other countries like contacting lawyers and they're trying to sue Gameloft now because it was false advertising. I didn't notice that until I saw people posting screenshots and like videos of them going to it, like recording like what they like their recent gameplay and like posting it. It's bad. Like it doesn't look very good right now. So I'm kind of upset. I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope that at some point Gameloft just realizes like, oh, we screwed up. Like we should make this right and fix the season so that it works just like all the other seasons did. But I have this conversation with my kids all the time. Like they play stuff like Fortnite and everything, and Fortnite always has a bunch of different characters and IPs that they tend to insert into the game. Like I think the latest one was Michael Scott and Dwight Schrute from The Office. Doug. And they're always talking about how expensive it is, and I said, well,
yeah,
you got to pay for the IP, right? Like you have to pay the companies that these characters and these franchises belong to. And even with Dreamlight Valley, people I think forget sometimes that in order to bring some of these characters in, Gameloft is paying an IP license. They don't own it. Like Disney doesn't own Gameloft, and so Gameloft, like when people start complaining like, oh, well, it's costing too much, it's this and that, that's how they're funding the IP for these characters, right?
Yep.
And that's fine. Like I understand that if you want to bring these characters in, you have to charge for stuff. The thing that bothers me about this Speedstorm thing with the Cars characters is that they basically broke the way that they do the Golden Pass. They didn't tell anybody that they were going to do it, and it was really falsely advertised as like Cars is coming this season, and they made it look like that's what you were going to get as part of the Golden Pass. And then, it's kind of like bait and switch where you had to pay an additional $50 on top of the 20 to unlock them, like not even max them out as the tile said. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this gets like fixed. But
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what I want to know is, how does Mater like steer the steering wheel? Does he use his tires, or does he like use a hook?
Brain powers.
So Mater's in the car and he steers it with the brain.
Yeah.
Unagi.
I have to look this up. Mater
It's
sits
just the
inside
cars. He's not sitting in a car. He's driving himself.
Like he's walking.
It's literally the cars characters driving themselves. Like they got the big face all suckered on the front, you know.
Yeah, see, no, I want
whole thing.
I want Lightning McQueen to be driving a car, like a go-kart.
Oh.
That's the game. That's the game. You pick your car. Does Speedstorm like Mario
Like on
Kart,
a
where you
flat
pick like
truck?
your cart and then you pick your racer?
Or flat truck, flatbed, I meant.
And you know what's funny? I remember seeing a comment either on Reddit or I don't remember where I saw where people were complaining about this specific thing, where they were wondering if part of the reason why they did it this way was because they didn't have a driver in them, like because it was just like a car. And
Yeah.
I was like, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't, like, the argument is it I don't know, it just felt weird that they were arguing that. But it was funny that they brought it up and that you said the same thing right now, because it made me think about it. No, they don't drive in their own little go-karts. They're not like hunched over, bent over little cars.
It's not anthropomorphic.
No,
Lightning McQueen
they are just the way that you see them
Mike
in the film.
Wachowski or
That's
something.
Nope. However, it would be funny if they had another character like mounted on top of them or something, just kind of like flying, like hanging off the spoiler in the
There
back
you
or
go.
something. Look, Ma, I'm on
Well,
TV.
fine, then I won't play it.
Where are
Not
you gonna
like-
play it though?
No. It
Not
sounds
anymore. You're not.
It sounds miserable. This game sounds miserable. It's
know-
like, you say you have to grind. I was like, what? I just don't understand the point of games where it's like, okay, here's what you do. You grind really hard, and then you get a look at a screen, and there's Pumbaa. And then what are you going to do with Pumbaa? You walk around and grind, and Pumbaa follows you around. What's
much.
the point?
That's it. You know, it's funny. I remember when I first got the console. It was my first console in decades, maybe. It had been a while, because I remember the last like real console I purchased was a PS2.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, my brother got me a PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the last like legit console that I had. And it wasn't until this latest one that I actively played any type of games. And I remember coming into it, first games that I played were the WWE 2K23 at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and then Hogwarts Legacy, and
Yeah, and
I
Spider-Man, right?
loved Hogwarts Legacy, and then the Spider-Man games.
Mm-hmm.
And man, the story, the graphics, everything was so good. Like, I was so engulfed in the story. But with some of the challenges that I was having over the last few years, I
Mm-hmm.
realized that sometimes I just needed something that was 100% mindless. Like, I could
Uh-huh.
feel like I was doing something without doing a lot, and like still
Gotcha.
accomplishing something, right? And so some of these grindy games, where at like now that I'm, in a different place, like I feel the pain of grinding now.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before, I could sit there, lay there, whatever, and I could grind through the game, and it was like, okay, I'm accomplishing something,
Sure.
right? But now I've reached the point where I think I told you that I'm not gonna get the WWE game this year
Right.
because of how grindy that one got last year. I'm like this close to giving up on Speedstorm finally, because of this, like, everything that's been happening and how bad it's gotten. And Dreamlight Valley, I like it. It's still fun for me sometimes, but if I'm not doing a star path, or if I'm not doing like anything in particular, I feel like I don't have to play it for weeks until the new thing comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And even then, the star paths are getting very repetitive.
Sure.
So unless there's a new DLC with a new story or like something, I haven't found myself playing all that much either. So it might finally be time to jump into other games that I've been wanting to. Like, I have tons of other stuff. Like, I finally like the monthly subscription gives me access to like the Last of Us games and all sorts of stuff that I've been wanting to play for a while. I think this is it. I think I'm finally gonna get a
There you
chance
go. I
to
really
play
want to
something
play
different.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I just haven't had a chance to. I wish it worked.
started playing that.
I heard it wasn't very good on the Switch. It's too big for the Switch, so I'm not even gonna try it on the Switch. Even though I'd love to play it on the Switch, but I'd play it on my computer at some point.
You got to get yourself one of those used Xboxes like I did.
Used
it'll work.
Xboxes?
Yeah, you can get like a cheap like used Series X
Oh.
Xbox for like $120.
Yeah. I mean, I'll play it on my computer. That's fine.
Oh,
it's
right,
just
it's on
nice
the
to like
computer,
play it
too.
in the bed.
Oh, I didn't realize this.
And that's true.
Apparently, I was reading something that said that for people that don't have consoles,
Uh-huh.
if you sign up for the Xbox Live service or for
Okay.
like the Sony like monthly service,
Yeah.
because you can play like on the Portal, which is Sony's
sure.
portable thing,
Yeah.
or Xbox has like a full-blown like a cloud gaming thing, you don't even need to own a console. You just play everything through the browser.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you want to play the Indiana Jones game and you don't have Steam or something,
Oh, I
just
do.
sign up for like a free month of the Xbox thing and just play through the browser through cloud gaming.
There we go.
So,
Well, we're gonna
anyway,
find something.
yeah, I did start playing that one. I don't know if
Yeah.
we previewed the. I think we previewed some of the gameplay on the podcast.
I think it's
at
been
one
out for
point.
like a year.
I feel like
I wanna say we
I think
did.
it like
something.
won a bunch of awards and stuff. It seems people seem to really like the game. That the people that play it seems like,
Yeah.
and they've released like updates to it and new storylines and stuff. So it seems like it's one of those games that's just like a nice, fun game that people like, which is good.
You know what? That's the game I'm gonna play next. As much as I wanted the zombies and all that stuff, that's the game I'm gonna play next.
Well, we don't, maybe there's zombies in Indiana Jones.
Beat
We don't
Indiana
know.
Jones, punch some Nazis. It's gonna be great.
You can punch them, yeah, and punch. Yeah, who knows? There could be zombies in there. We don't know.
I don't
think that's
so.
the next thing.
That's, wasn't that Temple of the Crystal Sorcery Skull or something?
Indiana Jones X Evil Dead.
Requiem. Indiana Jones Requiem. Let's see. Do you guys want to see a cool, fun project?
Sure.
This is it. Since we're talking about cars, I'm gonna show you a different car. It's a car that can go back to the future.
Hey.
Let me share this. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, that's the wrong one. This is the right one. Ba-bam. Whoopah! Look at this.
Let's see.
These people. This is a video by Infinity_collects, and they created DeLoreans out of cardboard.
Wow.
Look at this.
Nice.
These
I love
backpacks
his
are
outfit.
DeLoreans. You look
Even
at a
has,
little
like,
cardboard
a little, like,
Marty.
Yeah.
This is all cardboard.
I love
That looks like a
Crazy.
donut, by the way.
It does look like a donut. I mean, and if you're just listening, it looks like a DeLorean, but it's made of cardboard.
Right,
that's a
but it
Lego
looked
one.
like
And that's a
there,
Lego one.
there was a piece that he popped off, and it looked like it had magnets, which is smart.
Oh yeah, it was like the trunk with like the Mr. Fusion and stuff, and the big
Yeah,
like afterburners or whatever they are.
that is so cool.
The
It's
lights,
got
are
lights
flashing.
and yeah, it's got the pole. Yep, there's a trunk.
This
That's
is
sweet.
fantastic. Yeah,
That
they did a great
is.
job. I thought that was
Rock and roll.
super.
That's for that. It says the
creative.
40th anniversary of Back to the Future.
Yeah, yeah. I want to show you something else. Actually, you showed us this, Andrew. You sent us this link. I'm gonna bring this up. This is
Oh, yes, I was
Gracey
like-
Manor for sale. I would love to own this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a post by minding_my_manners.
So
minding my
beautiful.
manners. Look at all of this detail.
If you're just listening, go to this either to the YouTube video or the Minding My Manners Instagram to look at these photos of
Mhm.
this. It's a scale model of the Gracey Manor, the Walt Disney World style, but it's their own kind of concept of the mansion, crypts and
I
graves
love
and things.
the Gracey G here, the monogram over the door.
It says it's approximately 40 inches square.
Yeah.
Which is huge for a
The
scale
description on the post says, Gracey Manor is indeed available for purchase and local pickup. The spirits have spoken. Fully staged and furnished down to the last intricate detail. She's big, beautiful, and I think one of the most unique houses ever built. There's a story of ghosts and sinister motives hidden in every room, and my hope is that it feels like a moment frozen in time. I have to admit, it does look like that, because when you look at the detail, like right now we're looking at the music room, the little harp and the piano, the candelabras in there, the couch.
It looks like it smells vintagey.
Like it smells
It's
musty in
antique.
there, right?
Smells like an old book.
Like an antique store.
Yeah.
I guess this is an
Urns
urn. Yeah, like there's little webbing, like spider webs, along a bunch of these candelabras and stuff on the table. Like, here's a shot of the outside. It says "house for sale." I thought that was kind of cute since they're selling the model. With all these broken steps and everything, it really looks like it hasn't been kept in a really long time. The photo we're looking at now is the study. This tiny map, you know, this little like book with the hearts and stuff and the skull and everything. I mean, really, this is supposed to be the endless hallway. You know, some of the doors that we see in the mansion attraction. I'm telling you, this is just so well built. The weathering and the painting on this looks so good. The attic scene, tower, yeah.
Stuff that, I mean, here's bedroom. Like, that's not even in the mansion. Their own take on it, which is super cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I love the details like this with the leaves and the grass, because it doesn't look well kept, right? I wanted to ask
Skull,
you, is this skull on the wall in the mansion at Disney World, or is this something they designed for this specific model?
I cannot
I know there's
recall.
Paris has a skull mirror.
Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Um,
Because this felt familiar, but I didn't know if it was actually like on the wall anywhere.
I'm not 100%. I've only been on the Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion 2 times. So.
Well, that's 2 times more than me.
Well, listen.
It's a 1 more than 2. That's it. Not for me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be an homage to the Paris one, even though it's not like in the Disney World one.
It's a great touch, though.
It is. It's so well made. Little
The only
packs and
thing
stuff.
I'm like, I could see that it's 20. It is worth 25,000. But my heart's like, it belongs in a museum because it just needs to be kept. I know it's not pristine condition, but in pristine condition.
Yeah.
Hopefully, whoever buys it donates it or something like.
Or
Man.
put it somewhere where people can look at it.
Yeah, to admire it, because oh my gosh, just the work on the bricks and the textures, all the little things, and yeah,
5.5
I could stare at this all day.
It's just
I know
the
people
work-
that are shorter than this model.
That's funny.
I mean, it's true.
Do
Could be
you
true.
remember? I wonder if this is the same artist. Remember the day Mel that you dressed up as Leota, where we were walking around D23, and there was an artist that
yeah.
had built, like they had an
Yeah.
exhibit of like mansion art in the corner,
And then,
there was a model.
Melissa insulted them. Or we all were talking
Oh,
smack.
no.
Was it me?
I don't remember what it was.
Was it
No,
Heyzen? Who was it?
no.
One of
It
us
wasn't
was talking
me.
Don't be
smack.
starting
It
rumors.
wasn't, it wasn't me. I know
Somebody's
that.
talking smack.
Maybe
then-
it was one of the other podcasts out there.
All I remember, somebody was like, "Well, it was supposed to be Haunted Mansion. Why is it Mystic Manor? Or I mean,
And
Phantom Manor?"
That's valid to be.
And then the
asking
guy
that.
was like, I built that? And it's like, oh,
But it was,
Well-
it turned, that moment was turned into a teaching moment, and he actually was able to talk to us about everything, and then we're like,
Right.
okay, that switched up everything, perspective wise and stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bitter that my thing didn't make it, but it's okay. But we kind of made
I
a
think
friend.
we were all bitter. I think we were all angry about it.
did you? I can't remember. Did you end up like interviewing him? Like,
Yeah.
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 We stood there for a good while
Yeah.
and we talked to him for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes about the piece and
Well,
about the
I'm
art.
looking through this Instagram, and this account looks like it's specifically made for this model.
Oh,
It's
wow.
the
Well,
only thing
this-
on the whole account.
This one also has the mansion here. Here, I'm
All right.
gonna.
Oh,
the,
there
the
it
last
is.
image.
I've-
So the last image that we're seeing right now, I think, yeah, there was another one, but the one on screen for those of you just listening is just kind of the full visual of the model of Gracey Manor right now, which when you see it all as one piece, really is an astonishing like piece of art. It really does look weathered. It does look old. It does look spooky. It feels like if you were shrunken down to the size of this, you could make this your home.
And
it
everything
is so
fits.
detailed. It
Stuart
just
Little.
right. The scale of everything is absolutely impeccable. So this is a fantastic model. But then they have this. This is
Oh,
Anaheim's mansion,
That's
Mhm.
home.
right? So I know. And again, obviously there's some things
Wow.
that are open to interpretation, but when you look at the detail of the tiny chairs and the little plants and everything
Mhm.
that are in here, man, I
That's fragile stuff. Like, wow.
I also like here on the right hand side where like is the exit ramp. They put like a little like glass like
like
sunroom
the
thing.
yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, again, so there's some stuff that's open to interpretation,
Mhm.
right? Because what we see as part of the mansion isn't really a
that's
full
so
mansion.
cool.
We're seeing
Right.
kind of the visual of the front of the mansion and everything we just kind of piece together and imagine because the way that the mansion is built, we're going underground and we're going under the
Right.
anyway, the whole
It's
point
like it's
is
like our
that-
armchair where we just like put stuff together that
Oh,
first time we did
yeah.
it.
this is kind of like that. I just man, the liberty that he took with the piano here and like what would have been the dining room scene here, unless they moved it and they made the organ a part of another room as part of their interpretation of it. But this looks like the outside again. This right here.
Oh.
This is interesting because the table looks like it's Leota's table because it's a round table, but it's definitely not that. Like
Round
right
tables
here,
just exist.
yeah. I mean, it's too big. Honestly, it's too big to have in the middle of this hallway. But I think also in my head, I'm imagining how narrow the hallway is because you're in the doom buggy. So in my head, like this, it's just in our way, right? It's in the way
Right.
of the doom buggy. But this just looks so good. This is probably what we're seeing
On the exterior.
on the
yep.
exterior.
Yep.
Yeah, this is probably how they set it up in their mansion. But look at even the
And
scaling.
it looks like to our scale. Like you
I
could walk
know.
into this.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. If you just shrunk down, you could walk. This is the walkthrough we deserved. I
I like
look
that
at again.
couch.
They do really good work. The intricate. I wonder how long it takes them to build each little piece like this.
Well, I mean, I think some of it they build. Some of it looks like it's probably like dollhouse furniture or thing. Some of the
Yeah.
stuff they might get, and texture themselves and stuff, or maybe some of it's 3D printed. Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Oh man, I look here. I found another post that has the exterior shot of that
Oh,
window.
nice. Yep.
So again, I think
Very
that's
cool.
where they have. Yeah,
Yep.
this is where they
That's
were still building that
pretty
in.
though. Aw.
I'm telling you, this right here, this is like goals. Like for me being able to 3D print and do something like this. I need to get better and practice a little bit more at the 3D modeling. right now I'm just trying to build things that help me around the house, or like taking people's models and then like fixing them so that they serve my purpose somehow. But this right here, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do this. All right. I think in a moment we're gonna have to jump into thanking a very special group of listeners and viewers. But before we do that, since we're talking about making stuff and creativity and awesome creators and designers, Mel,
Yeah.
tell us about this.
Yeah. CritterCon is coming back once again, which is pretty cool. Last year it was actually a lot of fun. CritterCon is basically, for its first run, was an educational kind of event. And if you've been listening to Podketeers, you know that we like to give back. We like to raise money for good things. And this particular event, we raise money for animal wildlife rescues. And last year we did about, I want to say it was like 6 rescues that
cool.
we raised money for. And we raised, I want to say, for the first, I want to say it was over $1,000 in total
That's
for
awesome.
everybody. Like, just, it was awesome. And so we're gonna do it again this year. I'll be vending, and it'll be taking place in Stanton, which is pretty much off of Catella, about 10-15 minutes from Disneyland area, if you want to say that. It was pretty awesome because I got to learn about different animals. Tarantulas, I got to hold one. A possum, I got to hold. What else did I get to hold? I wish I held a raccoon.
Bengal
I couldn't.
tiger.
No.
No, I remember you posted a picture of I don't know why I have a koala in my head. I know it wasn't a
Bees.
koala. It was
Red
either
panda.
I don't remember, but I remember you like smiling, laughing with this like childlike grin on your face, holding this animal. I'm trying to
Oh,
remember
yeah.
what it was.
I think it was a possum because
Was it the possum?
I think it was. I can't remember. Crazy. It was a year ago, but
Was that or a
there's just so much
sloth?
that happened.
Well, let's see.
What-
Let's go on Melissa's Instagram.
Oh yeah, I could have done that.
Could have done that.
Well, I see a tarantula and I see a possum.
It's a possum. Okay.
I missed the opportunity to hold a snake, and I was just kicking myself because that would have been the one thing I would have loved to try to, something new. What else did we? People were bringing their own pets, so we got to meet a pet pig, a pet pigeon, bunnies, cats, dogs. I want to say we
Rabbit.
just didn't see birds.
A wabbit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just rabbit, chicken.
Wabbit. That's how you
And
say
so,
it.
if
A
also
wabbit.
if you're familiar with like the markets I've been doing, this used to be the Isle of Magic Marketplace. So
Oh.
there's a lot of us, like artists and vendors. We're all gonna be in that. We're gonna be at CritterCon, so it's gonna be fun. And
Very cool.
Last time I came home with like a bag of stuff because that's what I like to do. I do. I mean,
You can't not go, see what everybody else got, right?
Exactly. The only thing I will mention is that tickets are $2 to enter, but those $2 go straight to a wildlife rescue. It doesn't go to us or anything. It's just
Very
pretty
cool.
much we want to just try to give the critters rescues as much money as we can. So it ended up being a really good place to do and place to be at and just feel good, and I got to learn a lot. So
That's sweet.
oh, and then this year the art gallery is going to be based off of Animal Crossing. So
Oh.
I have a little. I hope to get him. He'll be done. I'm not going to say I hope, but I have a little. I don't know if you can see a little KK slider who's asleep with his little butt.
Oh, kind of like the asleep like stuffed
Yeah.
animals, like
Yep.
or the Kermit
So-
that looks like he's having a
That
existential
looks
crisis.
horrible. Yeah, it looks like he
I-
was just giving up on life.
So I'm working on that piece to like showcase.
No
and
Tom
it'll be
Nook the
done.
Crook.
Huh?
No Tom Nook the Crook.
Not yet.
Not
I,
yet.
I'm gonna
What-
do him.
Will
I'm
you
gonna
have
have to do
Timothy and
Isabel.
Jimothy?
I was thinking of doing all three. I'm like, I have to make them cute. I'm like, I gotta make them. That
Yeah.
and raccoons, something
you
like
go.
that. So,
Timothy and Jimothy.
but yeah, it's just it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
This
It's gonna
is-
be worth it. I'll be there.
This is the same place where I went to see it the last one, right?
Oh yeah,
The
same
same
place,
building?
Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, that was a good venue. It was
Yep.
set up. It was set up with a couple of hallways and corridors that I wasn't expecting. But once you made it into
Yeah.
the main, like, section, which I think was a gym that they were holding the rest of it in, it was good. It was a nice size. There was a lot of people. It was really fun. I missed some of the other stuff because we got there so late that most of the stuff, like the vendors were there, but none of the festivities were there, I think, at that point. So this time, I hope I can make it in time to. I
Yeah.
probably won't hold any of the animals, but, you know.
You could just
I'll
admire
watch
from
people
afar.
do it, yeah. I'll take a Tom Nook plushie and I'll hold that. Does that count?
That counts.
Maybe that's
It's
what
the
I'll do.
weekend before I'm down there. I can't go down there 3 weekends in a row.
That's right.
Can't you though? Can't you though? Can't you though?
If I had a private plane or whatever, it wouldn't be a problem.
Oh,
That
I'll
would
send
be
you mine.
nice.
I'll send you mine. It's
Okay,
fine.
Heyzen's
It'll pick you up.
sending.
It'll pick you up. You'll be fine. All right. Well, CritterCon. Make sure that you're following them over on Instagram. I believe the handle is CritterCon CA.
Yeah, that's it.
California, right? So CritterCon CA. Follow them on Instagram. You can follow Mel, Odd Mouse Shop. That's Shoppe, SHOPPE.
Yeah.
I love to say Shoppe, but it's Shop. Follow Mel because obviously she'll be posting stuff about CritterCon. If you're not following Mel yet, there's a lot of really cool previews that she's
What are
posting.
you doing if
Giving
you're not?
you a little insight as to what's coming, what's available, what she has for sale, all that cool stuff. So follow Mel, follow CritterCon, and hopefully we'll see you there because I'll be
Yeah.
there. I'm gonna go check this out. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Rock and roll.
All right. Now is the time. Now's the time to thank a very special group of listeners and viewers known as the FGP Squad, our podcast, Fairy Godparents, because it's their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP. On that page, you'll find some information about what the FGP Squad is, some of our top contributors, a link to our Patreon. But in short, being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks, like access to additional content that we've uploaded to Patreon. You get a special section of our Discord community. You get discounts on new Podketeers gear, random giveaways of stuff that I make sometimes. It's a bunch of fun stuff. So if you're interested, head on over to podketeers.com/FGP. And of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Of course, since we're talking about links now, is a great time to remind you that podketeers.com/links is a really great resource. Why? Because that's where you're going to find all sorts of Podketeers goodness, including our latest episode, a link to the Quizneyland playlist. You'll find a link to, of course, the FGP Squad on that page. one for our Discord community. If you haven't joined us there, we'd love for you to join us. We talk about all sorts of stuff, including tacos and donuts and Disney and gaming and all sorts of fun stuff. So join us there. We'd love to have you. You'll find any fundraisers that we're running with our official charity team, Teamboat Willie. Of course, you'll find a link to our YouTube channel, so you can go check us out on YouTube. By the way, if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, help us out. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2026. We're like 620 something, 630 as of the recording of this episode. So if you got some extra YouTube accounts or Google accounts, head on over, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It would really help us out. We'd appreciate the help. Thank you so much to everybody that's already subscribed. Anyway, on the links page, you'll also find a link to our Armchair Imagineering playlist. And it's also a good resource page because anytime that we're trying to promote anything else that we're doing, any impromptu fundraisers for, disaster relief or anything like that, it also ends up on that page. So podketeers.com/links, good resource to have. Set a bookmark, set a shortcut on your screen, because you'll get updates at least once a week. And I can promise you that. And now let's get back to the show. Got a couple more things to talk about here. We have some announcements that came from Disneyland. The Toy Story 5 trailer was released. I know we're going to take a look at that. But Andrew, you mentioned earlier that you had purchased some cool stuff. Is this a good time to ask, can we see it?
Sure. Well, I've purchased and acquired and all kinds of things. Some of them are Christmas presents that have finally shown up, and some are things that I've just purchased. So I have a whole pile of stuff. We'll do a little unboxing. It's already unboxed. I mean, this is in a box. So remember when we had talked about before the Cards Against Humanity, the thing they did at Christmas?
Yes.
The 1 cent or
when
10,
you were sad that you didn't get Indiana
off.
Jones's hat.
I would have got it too if I would have gotten 5 minutes sooner. Anyway, so I ended up with 3 different things from that, and I just got the last one in the mail. The first thing I got was one of the Cards Against Humanity, one of their new games. Another thing was a Merkin. You can look it up if you. I'm not going to explain what that is. And then the last one, which actually was the first one that I won, was a Soviet Toys mystery box. So Soviet, there's so in this mystery box, it's nothing terribly, but they're vintage toys in here. We have, I guess I'll go from small to big because there's multiple things in here. So I have like the inside of a nesting doll, so a single little.
The very, very last one.
The very last one.
I love that.
I have this dirty. It's like a Hot Wheels size car, but it's an ambulance car. I don't know. It's very flat. It
With
looks
racing stripes.
Well, it's got a little medical thing. But it looks like a futuristic car.
It looks like the Speed Racer.
Mach 5.
The Mach 5.
Then I have this young lady, I guess, or child that's just made out of it's hard
ceramic
rubber
or something.
No, it's rubbery plastic, but it's hand painted. And then the last one is this little guy. Oh, there you go. His head.
That is cool.
He's kind of
that thing's gonna haunt you in your dreams.
He's kind of scary.
You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night. It's gonna be right here.
That's like Elf on the Shelf for Halloween. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
So there's my. It looks like one of the 7 dwarves, but if it was a baby, I don't know. That's kind of a confusing toy.
Put it on your window that's facing outside. Just
look it out there.
Yeah.
So those are my last things I got from the Cards Against Humanity, my Soviet toys.
You know what's cool about that mystery box is that I've seen when companies do like a mystery box and every single box has the exact same thing in it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure this is
These were
completely...
literally like everybody was getting different things.
Oh,
I've seen
that's
people
cool.
posting their mystery box, and there's different creepy dolls
Right.
other than the one that you got.
Gotcha.
So if you wake up in the middle of the night, it's like right next to your pillow. Let me know. I think that's
Okay.
gonna be pretty damn funny.
Not Tina getting
No,
ideas.
nope. The next thing I got was that.
Texter.
Do not. That's okay. The other thing was a pre-order. Somebody pre-ordered it and finally showed up for Christmas. I have the Statler and Waldorf Funko Pops
Oh,
showed up, so those are great. I haven't taken them out of the box yet because they just showed up.
That's so cool.
So they will, but they'll be coming out
good.
of the box. They're in their little chairs and everything. They're great.
hey, I
needs
know
a balcony.
somebody. I was gonna say I know somebody with a 3D printer that might be able to make you a little balcony
Well,
for
I'll
them to
send
mount
you
on
some.
your wall.
They're Funko Pop size, so just take the scale from that. I can put them up on the wall, like right
Yeah.
up above there. Like they can be right here next to the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, they're always gonna be
Judging
talking
us.
crap about us.
Yeah, so these are cool. I really like those. And then the tie into that, after the Muppet Show had aired, like randomly, I don't remember if we talked about this on the podcast or not, but they, like at 9 p.m. like on a Wednesday, they're like, oh yeah, Mickey's of Glendale is having an online Muppet store, like
Oh, yeah.
available, and
didn't.
so it was just like it wasn't like no pre-announcement. It was just like, hey, this is happening now. You can go on there, and I happened to go on there, and I was able to get a few things. I didn't get any T-shirts or anything, but I got a little bit from the Muppets shop. Mickey's
That's
of Glendale.
awesome.
Shop or shoppy?
It's just shop.
Oh.
So I got a couple of pins. This one actually is for Tina. It's a Kermit pin.
Aw.
These are actually like really nice. They're heavy and they're a little bit bigger than like what I'd expect like the Disney pins to be.
That's cool.
But they're definitely on the Disney pin like size boards and everything. So there's Kermit, and here's Fozzie with his he's got his rubber chicken and the balloon hat that he's wearing from the episode.
That's awesome.
And I also have to have my guys Statler and Waldorf in the booth. There they are. This is a heavy pin because it's just like a
That
big,
looks heavy.
you know. And then also, both me and Tina got these. We got the beaker eyeballs.
Yes.
So they're branded the Muppet Show on the back. But
Are
yeah,
those some of the ones
That
that
is
fell out?
awesome.
yep, it's like a stress ball, but yeah, beaker's eyeball. I got a beaker eyeball, so that's fun. I don't know where
You
he's
got
gonna
two.
live.
I would love to see you hold them with your.
I don't know.
With your
Did I-
eyebrow and just like have them fall off middle of the podcast.
Hold on. Did I? I can't.
That looks so
That's
funny.
so awesome.
You with googly eyes.
So yeah, so I got the beaker eyeballs. Those are, they had shirts and sweaters and things, and nothing. They got like a Spirit jersey, stuff like that. Nothing that really was my jam, but I had to take the opportunity to get a couple of things from the Mickey's at Glendale. You don't open that up very
Yeah.
often. And the last thing that I
Was that
got
like a
was
special D23 thing, or how did you get the
no,
announcement
it was
for it?
I just happened to be on Facebook and somebody or Instagram and somebody had posted it like, Muppets shop, and I was like, click,
Oh,
and
wow.
then it was like the, little running man, or it was not the running man, but it was like, you're in the queue 4 minutes until there's 22 people ahead of you or whatever, and
Oh,
That's
you
a good
jumped in
number.
like at a perfect
Yeah.
time.
yeah, it was I happenstance. So yeah, it was dumb luck, and I spent like $100 and something on those few things, but still. Then my last
Did
thing
it make
is,
you
yeah.
happy?
You know what? Yes, it did. I gotta find a spot for those Muppet pins to live. Maybe I'll just start a whole Muppet pin board because I don't have that many Muppet pins. So
Are the Statler and Waldorf sitting on anything, or are they Funkos that are standing?
they're sitting on chairs.
They are on chairs?
Yep, they're on.
Aw.
They both have their own chairs. I don't know if you can. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Now I can see.
Nope,
it.
it's hard to
Nice.
tell, but yeah, they're sitting.
Okay. All right. I like it.
So, and my last thing is another Christmas present that was delayed by the. It was, it said, oh, it'll show up in January, and then it got lost in the mail, and they had to resend it and stuff. But I think I've told you guys about this. This is my
Oh yeah, the window.
Tony Baxter
Yeah.
window. This is from a store on Etsy.
I
Forgive
still
me
want one of those. By
if
the way,
I don't remember who the Etsy shop is, but if you look up Tony Baxter on Etsy, it's like the only thing that comes up. So it's his window from Disneyland. I mean, it's cool. It's got the frosted like
That's
clear
glass look,
it's
yeah.
3D printed. Yeah. It's very cool. So gotta love that. I don't know where this one's going yet either, but it's gonna have to go. I think it's gonna go on the other side of my computer, which is like my like
Museum.
Disneyland general. And this is a lot. I thought this was going to be like the size of a deck of cards, like based on like what
Yeah.
I remember
the
when you
picture
told us
was.
about it. I thought that's what it was going to be.
I thought it was
too.
going to be
That's a
tiny.
good size.
It's big as my face. Like
Yeah.
it's big. I'm very happy with like how this came out, and it's funny. You can, because it's 3D printed, it's clear. You can see all the honeycomb patterns and stuff on the inside, making it like light and stuff like that. But it feels pretty strong and everything. So I'm pretty happy with that.
That's
You
awesome.
can see all the color lines, how it was printed. But yeah, that's my last. I think that's my. See if I forgot anything. Nope, I think that's my last thing that I got.
Just throw it.
No, I put it. I have a shelf right
Oh.
here above, and it.
Funny threw it too.
No, there.
I was like, you just got it. What are you doing?
No, there's a shelf right across
Okay.
the top of my computer. So I put all my stuff up there because I try to keep that clear so I can put junk there when we're recording and stuff. So no, I did not just throw my Tony Baxter's window across the room.
That's
But yeah,
funny.
there's all Andrew's, shopping corner.
Stuff.
I don't know what we're gonna call it. Andrew's bunch of junk.
Fantastic. I love it. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Now,
Yeah.
thanks
That
for
actually-
listening. Now you gotta see my stuff.
That actually was super cool. Let's see. I think we're gonna start winding down the podcast in a bit. I mentioned we had a couple more items to talk about, so let's quickly jump into this article from today. I believe was over on KTLA.com. The title is Disneyland to drop park hopping restrictions later this year, and Monsters Inc. the ride to stay open until 2027. So it looks like they're canceling Avatar Land. We're not going to be getting that anymore. That's apparently what it says in this
just
article.
spread misinformation.
It
Heyzen.
says
You're better than
right here, Avatar Land no longer happening.
Confirmed.
That's what it says. It says Monsters Inc. right to stay open.
that. Well, it says, and then it goes on to say somewhere in here.
Don't ruin
Huh.
my good time. Don't come at me with logic right now. Okay? I'm trying to enjoy the fact that Avatar Land is not coming to California Adventure, at least for the moment. I know there's some people that are excited about it. I could care less.
Well, it says, during a briefing Tuesday, Disney president Thomas Mazzalem said the revised timeline reflects a shift in construction sequencing that allows previously announced projects to move forward without closing the ride as originally planned. Those projects include an expanded Adventures Campus with two new attractions, a Coco-themed ride near Pixar Pier, an Avatar-inspired destination in Hollywoodland, and new Eastern Gateway parking and transportation hub with about 6,000 parking spaces.
That's more exciting than Avatar Land. Or, sorry, the Avatar-inspired destination.
Sure. But the park hopping restrictions, I think, is an interesting thing that's happening. Currently, it's after 11 a.m. is when you can park hop. When you make your reservation, then you can jump over after 11. now you just have to check into your park and then you can go. There's no time limit.
Which is good.
I'm curious if this is just a Disneyland kind of seeing the they're just doing this on their own, or if this is a Damaro thing, or if why this is coming now, and if there are any greater implications to see things unfold, when it comes to easing restrictions on ticketing and things.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure like security won't have a long line anymore, like a rush or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? It's always going to be busy. I'm just wondering if some of these things lead to, I doubt it, but I'm trying to be hopeful of like, oh, maybe we won't have to make reservations anymore if they're starting to roll back some of these things.
That's what I wish we would have gotten rid of a long time ago. If that didn't exist, I would probably still have a pass right now.
Because you could just go with, it's like, I am feeling good now.
That was the thing. Like, not knowing how I was going to be feeling the next day and not having the 24 hours to cancel was crappy.
Right.
And
so,
anxiety inducing.
In this article, it does, they go on to say, they talk about it and say that it is currently, a thing that they are keeping. It is good. It helps manage. We know when guests plan a trip to Disneyland Resort, they're looking for a true. Oh no, that's not the one I don't know. Somewhere in here, they talk about the
managing demand.
What am I talking about? The reservations. There's I don't know. I lost it. If I find it again. Oh, park reservations, however, will remain in place. Mazalam acknowledges reservations can be a friction point for frequent visitors, but said the system continues to help manage demand. Quote, our job is pretty simple. We are responsible to ensure that Disneyland can thrive in the next 70 years the way it has delighted millions of guests for the last 70 years.
Without reservations.
Yeah, we did 65 years of no reservations.
Right.
65 years. We were fine.
Fine. Even on holidays, it was fine.
You know what happens? That you go there and then you can't get in. Like, that's if they're full.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is just a way for them to not staff people. That's all it is. It's all it is.
It is all connected, right? Having less staff to man the parks and to man the demand of how many guests are going to be in the park at any one time. It's funny because there's never been like an official capacity number released for Disneyland. But it's always been like speculation about like the 80,000 or something like that. Because of different metrics that have been released by different organizations and by the park and stuff like that. And so the common number that you see floating around is about 80,000. And
I think that's usually Christmas week to New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
That's it.
And the funny thing is that
4th of July.
I've heard people. I've heard people talking about how, the price of the tickets, and I get that it's pricing a lot of people out right now because it's just getting more and more expensive, and tickets seemingly go up every year at this point. Like, you can kind of know that at a certain time of the year there's going to be an increase in the price, and it may not seem like a lot, but when you start stacking it up for a family of 3, 4, 5 people, it stacks up, especially over multiple days, right? It's funny that as part of this announcement, they had also talked about how they're expanding the access for the one-day ticket tier to $104. Yeah, and then they're going to be doing like a $50 ticket for kids during the summer. Taking advantage, obviously, of the fact that Bluey and Bingo are going to be coming to the parks as well. They know that that's a really popular property and that kids are going to go crazy over it. And I always see these videos of the Esplanade when they're talking about how, you know, the park isn't at capacity, like the parks are so empty, but the Esplanade is full. Like the lines are like from
Right.
Disneyland to California Adventure, almost at any point in the day that I've seen these videos. And I haven't been there in person in a while, so I can't tell you what it's like in person, but I see it frequently. There's a lot of people there, right? So obviously there's still a lot of people purchasing passes. The reservation system, I keep thinking back on the experience of, you know, how much more crowded the parks felt like they were becoming the more people got passes, and the more that when the passes started to become available for us on a payment plan where you didn't have to buy them outright, but then you can pay for them on a monthly basis. That was kind of like what shot attendance up, right? Because a lot of people could now attend the parks whenever they wanted,
Right.
at a much cheaper price than buying a day pass or like a 2-day pass or whatever the case was. And had they found a better way to manage it then, I don't think we'd be in the situation we are now. I also, like, looking back on it, I just don't think they were expecting it to become what it did over the course of a decade, from offering, you know, the payment plans on the annual passes to what they became now, and having almost everyone in Southern California being a pass holder, being a Magic Key holder, you know, and wanting to go whenever. So I can see why they would think, like, at least he acknowledges it in the article, right? That he knows that it's not ideal for people to have to
We
use
know
a
it's
reservation
unpopular,
system.
but we like it.
Yeah, but we're gonna do it anyway. Why?
Right.
Because we can. But again, going back to the whole Josh D'Amaro thing, it could be tied to that, like you said. You know, we mentioned it in the last episode where we talked about him, you know, being promoted to CEO. He's got an opportunity to make so many people happy and really, really enter his tenure as CEO as, like, you know, entering it with a bang, really. There was I don't think I sent you either of you this article. I'm gonna have to send it to you so that we can talk about it either next week or the week after. But it was an article that was on. Let me think real quick, because I thought I had it bookmarked. I don't see it here, but there was an article where they were talking about CEOs and the different. Maybe I did. At least I saved it at some point. This is riveting audio, right? Like you can hear all of the amazing things that I'm talking about here. Anyway, the article was talking to different CEOs in different companies, and Josh D'Amaro talked about something called experience intelligence. And basically what it comes down to is he's talking about how the CEOs that really are successful and the CEOs that are liked by their staff are the ones that understand that it's not all about the money, that it's not all about, you know, building the portfolio. And I'm paraphrasing here, by the way, because there's a lot more to the article. But it's the CEOs that make this personal connection and understand that it's about the feeling that you invoke in people, which is interesting because that's what Walt preached. And that's where Disneyland came from, right? It was from that invoking that feeling, that magic, that Disney magic that we talked about forever, right? And that experience intelligence really harkens back to Walt's Disney magic and that magical feeling, which is why I thought the article was so interesting. And going back to this article with some of these changes that are coming to the park, if Josh D'Amaro can get this part right, he probably won't have to do anything else on his agenda for another year or so, and really like make sure that he builds things the way that he wants. Because with that, and then it was actually, I think, part of the same article where they were talking about the Millennium Falcon attraction, where he was talking to Imagineers, and I think they stopped. They stopped what they were doing to enhance it, because when he was talking about it, he said, yeah, people like it, but they don't love it. And he was talking about how the pilots are usually the ones that do all of the work, and all of the other seats on the Falcon just kind of sit there. They like, the experience is totally different. And so this is what we were talking about in that episode, where Josh D'Amaro is all about the experience. Like, he's a parks guy. Like, that's why I have so much hope that Imagineering is going to thrive under a Josh D'Amaro lead, right? Because he believes in the parks. He knows what it takes to make the park successful. This article just kind of touched on all of that, and really highlights how he sees his job, right? And that's why I, like, when we did the last episode, I was hopeful. Now I'm even more hopeful. Like, now I'm like just super excited for him to take the helm.
Positive.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. So paired with all of this from this article, you know, if he gets this right, he's gonna cement his legacy pretty early on. You know,
and then just don't screw it up.
And then just don't screw it up.
Please don't
you know?
grow a goatee.
Yeah.
Don't shave your head.
Dark tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I sent that article. It was the Harvard Business Review, the one you were talking about. It's called Disney's New CEO and the Rise of Experience Intelligence. But the only thing that turned me off on that article was they're like, oh yes, Tomorrow has this thing, but also does the CEO of PG&E, and I was like, don't know if I like that.
I will agree with you. There were some parallels, and I think
the CEO
of
Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. There was some references to other CEOs that I think break the illusion of that.
Right.
I think, but I think the reason that they mentioned them is because the person that wrote the article is also writing a book about it, and so they're trying to make the connection in the entire business world, but everything that they talked about fits most, I think, for Josh D'Amaro because of the type of job that he has. Like, the creativity involved in creating attractions and catering for theme parks is not the same as a Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry to tell you. You know, you can argue that all you want, but that is my opinion. So I agree with you. I think there were some references in there that I was like, is it though? I don't know if that
like
fits very well.
The experience of wrapping a chicken sandwich.
Or just like charging me more for my electricity.
Right.
Thanks, PG&E,
Right.
for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's like, don't bring reality into this.
Right. I did notice in the KTLA article, there's like a whole big chunk that's just talking about like how they're refining maintenance like schedules so rides are down less, and then they put a bunch of random percentages in here that don't really matter. I was like, according to Disney's internal data, 13% of unplanned downtime in fiscal year 2025 was linked to preventable guest actions, such as loose items falling onto tracks or guests standing up in ride vehicles. That's like, okay, 13%, a very small number. So that means 87% of all ride issues were not that.
Exactly.
That means it was
something
their problem 87% of the time.
Yeah.
Engineers also tested operational adjustments during the holiday season that allowed them to run a fourth train carrying 29 1,000 additional guests over a 10-day period, or 2,900 a day, which is, I mean, it's fine, but that's not a big capacity jump, adding 3,000 people for a day.
Yeah.
It's just like they added, since they added 9 operating days of It's a Small World and Haunted Mansion Holiday, it translated to nearly 200,000 additional ride experiences across the 2 attractions across the holiday season, or across those 9 days. But they would have been open regardless in the 9 days. They just moved them. These numbers don't mean anything.
You know, it means I think the symbolism behind showing these numbers is more of a gesture from them saying, like, we've tried to figure out what's wrong and we're on our way to fixing it, right? Like,
hopefully,
attaching numbers to them makes it look like they did all this like hardcore research, when I could tell you, aside from people like us that look at these numbers, are like, oh, okay, well, now it's turning more into a people eater than it used to be. Like, those are things we might think about, but the average guest is like, I don't care what your numbers are. I don't want my kid screaming in line. Make it shorter. Get my kid on the attraction faster. Right. So I think that's why it just seems like odd that they threw all these numbers out, especially for something like this.
Yep.
Like I said,
the 13% seems very blamey. I don't know. They're like, hey, 13% of the time it was your fault. It was your guys' fault. And the thing is, like, I noticed the last time, I can't remember what attraction it was, but they're like, oh yeah, you got to have your, it was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and Smuggler, or in Raiders, Star Wars,
Rise of the Resistance.
That one. They were like, nope, you can't have your phone out. You got to put your phone away. You got to have your, this down, that, no phone. Like, they're trying to keep people from dropping stuff. But it's like, hey, if 13% of the time it's my fault, but 87% of the time is your fault, I think you should work on
86, because 1% is people trying to jump out of the vehicles.
Okay, sir. So 86% is your fault. Maybe you should work on the 86% part and not the 13% part of that being down. Just to have a suggestion, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. But hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Make the line shorter.
I wonder how much, this is going to sound really bad maybe to some people, but of that that blamey 13% unplanned downtime, I wonder how much of that is due to again, people that I know are going to the park, not experiencing this. These are all videos that I see, coming across my feed. But how many influencers or people that are playing that part, live streaming and stuff,
whatever,
dropping their devices? Like, I wonder how much of it has to do with that type of Disney guest versus a standard Disney guest not complying, or whatever the case was. I wonder if that's why it was posed that way.
Yeah, I don't know. My guess is those streamers, they're got an iron grip on that phone. I tell you what, they're not losing that.
Not all of them.
They got to get their pizzas or whatever it is that you
their
got to
galaxies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My guess it's mostly just like, I left my water bottle and it fell and it slipped out of the doom buggy in the little hole, and now we got to stop. Oh, my baby, I had the baby and he had a rattle.
Oh no,
and the baby and the baby threw the thing, and I threw my baby out of the doom buggy. No, the baby threw a thing.
I found it interesting that they
the baby. No, sorry.
Like, the downtime is 13% of this, but it's like, so then how much percent is it that power goes off, or there's a power outage? Like, it's so ridiculous.
Or some big thing breaks.
Or how many of those videos have you, again, I feel like I'm in this weird pocket of the internet where I'm seeing a lot of the issues in the parks, or I've been out of the Disney bubble enough that I'm not looking at the park
Sure.
right now through the same rose-colored glasses that I was before.
Right.
Like, I still feel the magic. Like, I still
Right.
love the parks, but I think I've reached a portion where I'm seeing more of what people complain about. Like,
Sure.
with, you know what I mean?
Right.
And to just add to what you were saying, Mel, I've seen plenty of videos where Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway are Windows error screens up on the wall.
Right.
Yeah,
Right? So
exactly.
how much of that is the 13%?
Right.
Right.
Well, no, that's the 80-something percent.
The 86, right?
86%.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, well, but does that stop the ride, or is it just you go through it instead of the waterfall? It's like a blue screen of death, like restarting.
I mean, I guess it could be part of the unplanned, right? Because somebody
Yeah.
sees that and they're like, oh, it's broken, and they just jump out of the vehicle. And they're like,
Yeah.
I'm just going home. It's
I'm walking
broken.
back.
I don't
got-
like this.
I'm gonna go on It's a Small World instead.
It's just on the other side of this wall anyway.
Yep.
It's fine. It's crazy.
Well,
Well,
who knows?
I'm glad that Disneyland and the resort are making changes. They're
Yep.
definitely welcome changes, and I think that the more Josh Tomorrow gets, the more that he's able to do. I still think that there was some things pre-planned that Bob Iger left on the table that still need to be finished before Josh Tomorrow can fully implement his plan. Like, usually during a succession plan, things are already in the works,
Right.
and it's usually hard to stop those things midway. Not that it's impossible, obviously, but depending on how they were going to benefit the company, I'm sure that they're going to continue with them. I could be wrong. Bob Iger could have said, like, listen, I'm not going to start anything new because I know that in 6 months I'm gone. Right? I trust Joshy D. He's going to do everything he can to make sure we're good. This is when I really retire. I need this to work, Josh. Right?
I'm
Like,
blocking this
I'm gonna-
number from
like-
calling.
I'm gonna start calling him the apostrophe,
The apostrophe.
because isn't it D apostrophe Amaro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amaro.
Amaro. And you know what, Heyzen? I just want to make sure that we get the one, like the main point out of this article, the KTLA article, before we move on. It just says, Mazalam says the Avatar project will proceed as planned and will not be delayed by the adjustment.
I
That's
don't know.
That's the
I
main
think
point of this
I
article.
think that's projection. I think really what he meant to say was, we're canceling the Avatar project. We realized that people just don't care about it, and instead we're gonna put something more interesting like bathrooms.
Oh,
Just
jeez.
the whole land of bathrooms.
Just the whole land of
The
bathrooms.
land of bathrooms.
The land of the potty.
As far as the eye can see.
Where there's still
Free
lines.
range bathrooms.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, we're devolving into madness here. We got one more thing, right?
Seriously. Yeah, actually, this is a fun one. So, the last thing we wanted to talk about is the Toy Story 5 trailer was officially
Nice. Oh, yeah.
released. Let me go ahead and share that on screen here so we can watch it and YouTube can flag us because you
Yep.
know how it works.
And I'm going to describe it. It's fine. Forky in a top hat and bow tie.
Yeah.
Oh, so
All right.
cute.
Let me adjust the volume here. And here we go.
To Karen Beverly to be your beloved
There's Karen
bride.
Beverly.
Oh,
Jesse, officiant.
Husband and knife.
Buzz.
Oh, poison the maid of honor.
Rex, poisoned.
Bonnie, there's a
Bonnie's
package for
playing.
you. Oh, thank you, thank
Oh,
you.
LilyPad.
I'm LilyPad.
It's a tablet.
Play.
All the toys are sad.
Bonnie,
Roomba.
time's over now.
Okay.
With Bonnie in bed.
Please, call me Lily.
Me and the toys have been working all summer to
Uh-huh.
try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin
Got
it.
it.
You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening. See?
Now look here, me and the toys have been working all summer.
Now in Spanish.
Con los gemelos Jordan.
Yeah, I got dibs on behind the dresser.
Oh, Jesse's got a walkie-talkie.
Is it as bad out there for toys as they say it is?
We're finding more abandoned toys each day.
Woody and Bo Peep.
Tex
Toys
invaded
stuck in a
our
tree.
house, too.
I don't know, Jesse. Toys are for play, but tech is for everything.
I'm losing Bonnie to this device.
Woody's back.
As fast as I could.
He's got like
dress,
a
Woody?
poncho
A poncho. Forky.
Dress.
and a big old bald spot.
Halt! Who goes there? Whoa, whoa, whoa! I come in peace.
It's been too long, cowboy.
What are you, some sort of old man toy?
What?
She thinks you're old because you're bald, Woody.
Bonnie needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toys.
We're gonna need backup.
Up a bunch of buzzes.
No way.
The buzz
With
has a fire.
flamethrowers.
Our mission on this planet is to make a child happy.
Bonnie again.
Bonnie still needs us. Come on, Bullseye.
Buzz, you stay here. I'm going with them. You don't think I can do it?
No.
Up on the back of the car, just like in the first
See
one.
them fighting again.
It sure is.
Oh, so what do we think?
I don't know. Looks pretty
I
good to
don't
me.
Like Lily. I
Yeah,
don't like
Lily's the
her
villain.
already.
Yeah,
But that looks pretty good. Forky's getting
It-
married.
I know, it's cute.
Lily is
That
Woody's
definitely
cute.
the
bald.
Lotso of this story. What do you think? Just judging by the trailer, who obviously there's commentary here about how the iPad kid, right? Like how
Right.
people use the iPads or technology to essentially parent their children. Do you think, how do I ask this? Do you think that this is going to be more of a story talking negatively about children with technology, or it's going to essentially be geared at parents who give the kids the technology? Do you understand what I'm asking? Like, where do you think the blame is going to be on this one?
I don't know if it's necessarily going to be a blame on the either the parent or the kid. I think it's just going to be like, it's just going to be a villain in the toy world, and the toys are going to, I'm assuming, somehow show Bonnie that the toy playing with toys is better than playing with the iPad. I guess, I don't know.
Eventually the iPad is going to die because you have to charge it. So I'm curious to see how that plays in.
Unless it's on those new nuclear batteries.
Oh jeez.
Lasts forever.
I don't know. I honestly, this is how I think it's going to happen, or how I see it happening or playing through, is the toys see the LilyPad as a threat, and then what's going to happen is that they're going to notice, or the parents are going to notice, that Bonnie's playing too much on that, the LilyPad, and you're going to have to start having timers or kind of like time away from it to kind of like not just be on it because you're not doing anything. And that I saw that with the Roomba going around, and she just lift her leg just to have it go. And it's something that the reason I say that is because I work at a school, and I work at a high school, and I see this kind of problem. Not a problem, but sometimes the students just can't get themselves off of it. So we kind of have to like kind of give them like a time limit, and they work for it, and then they have that free time. So I kind of see that happening, and then the toys would be an option for her to kind of play with. And then they somehow kumbaya in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my third time watching this trailer, and
So you heard that Randy Newman sing "You Got a Friend in Me" like 40 times because that seemed to be the through.
I'm
line.
fine with it. I like
You
the song.
got a friend
in
in
my
me.
head.
Who
I was
doesn't
hearing
like
the
it?
toys are back in town.
The toys are back.
But I was thinking about this because I remember when our kids were born. We were obviously as new parents, we're like, should we get them technology early? Should we allow them to play with that stuff? And I let my kids play with technology. They've had technology obviously their whole lives because I love technology, so it's all around them, right? You're not gonna deny them that stuff. You set limits. Obviously, you only allow them to play for a certain amount of time. Finish your chores, do this, do that, then you can play. If you exhaust your time, you can earn more time by doing this. So there's ways that you can monitor. There's ways that you can set limits. There's parental controls, all that stuff. And so when they were younger, obviously they had more parental controls than they have now that they're a little bit older and stuff. But I've been in conversations with other parents where they are just 100% against giving their kids any type of technology, and I understand why. I'm not, obviously, if that's the decision that you want to make, that's fine. You parent your kid how you want to parent your kid, but the argument is usually that they do what Bonnie is doing in the trailer. And I've seen that happen even with my kids. If they get too far into that, that's when we're like, hey, let's go outside for a second. Or, hey, can you do this? I need your help with this. Or you break them out of the cycle, right? So that they're not 100% in that mode. But usually the criticism for something like this doesn't land on the children. It lands on the parenting and the parenting structure and what the parents set for kids. And knowing how many Pixar films have essentially kicked me in the feels and as an adult make me like, that wasn't for my kids, that was for me. I wonder if this is going to be like one of those, like, hey, parents, pay attention to your kids, right? Where if that's the case, it could harbor a negative reaction from people because I don't think all parents have the luxury sometimes of being able to not allow their kids to have that extended playtime, either because they're working or because of their specific scenario, which is why I understand when parents do it. So I'm trying to process the trailer as like how they're gonna consolidate Bonnie's tech life with this LilyPad, which, by the way, I'm surprised that they didn't do some Apple thing and call it an iPad, like just right out.
I'm so glad they
because
didn't.
Yeah.
Well, because that's the thing. Apple is not supposed to be seen in the hands of villains, right? Remember that thing?
Right.
And this is the
I didn't
villain
think
of
about
the
call.
like. Apple doesn't want your story to be don't play with iPads.
Very true. I didn't. Yeah, great point. So the only thing, what I feel is potentially going to happen now is, depending on who this is geared towards, whether they're like wagging their finger at adults or like, trying to get the kids not to be on, if this turns out to be a lesson where the kids watching are like, oh no, I don't want to be on technology all that time. Like, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I wonder if they're going to consolidate it with, like, at the end, Bonnie's a vlogger. Vlogging her toys, where she's using the technology to record videos and movies of the adventures of her toys, right? Where she's consolidating.
She could do that
both
without
worlds.
being a vlogger. She could just make little movies on the iPad.
Yeah, she could.
Yeah, right. But what I'm saying is that
But not
she
vlogger.
combines both worlds. I don't know. That's what came to mind. I mean, maybe that's how they consolidated at the end. Who knows? But I have to admit that when the idea of Toy Story 5 first came up, I was not too happy about it. I was one of the people that was like, it ended so well in 3. Why did we get a 4? And then I saw 4 and I was like, okay, that wasn't horrible, but we don't need another one. And then we got this one and I'm like, what are they doing? And then I saw the trailer. I was like, all right, I don't hate that.
The thing is, Pixar, no Toy Story thing has been bad.
Yeah.
All the shorts, all of the everything Toy Story that they have made has been good. They have a good track record, so they have to prove us wrong, and they better not. They just keep doing what you're doing. Make good Toy Story. It's fine. Like, if they're good, I don't care. That's all that matters, is that they're good.
That is true. That is true.
If they're good, then you're gonna make me shut up, right? Like,
right. I'd rather
True.
have 5 Toy Stories than 5 Frozens.
right.
Sorry.
Well, we'll get to 5 Frozens eventually.
And listen, I'd rather have Frozen than Avatar, so
Jeez.
So I was going through the voice cast of this and like the characters that are coming up in the film, and so all our usual suspects are back. Everybody that's still alive is reprising their role.
yeah.
The LilyPad is voiced by Greta Lee, who's somebody I don't know because she's in a bunch of shows I've never watched.
It's familiar.
We're also getting Craig Robinson as Atlas, a cheerful talking GPS hippo toy.
Greta Lee was in Tron Ares.
Well, I didn't watch that either.
And you did yourself
You
a
said
favor,
Craig
my friend.
Robinson?
Craig Robinson's gonna be in it. Yep,
Oh.
I like Craig Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
Conan,
Office?
yeah,
Craig
from The
Robinson?
Office. Yeah,
Yeah.
Craig, yeah, he's gonna be in it. Conan O'Brien as Smarty Pants.
Oh, I remember
course.
Yeah.
that. Yes.
And then, so we have taking over for Don Rickles. We have Jeff Bergman, who's very well known. He did a lot of the Mel Blanc characters. He's taking over for Mr. Potato Head. And
That's
let's
fine.
see. Maddie Matheson is playing Dr. Nutcase, a daredevil peanut toy who fears tech. I'm just trying to see if there's any new stuff. And then we also have Ernie Hudson taking over as Combat Carl.
Nice.
And we have Shelby Rabara, somebody else I don't know, as Snappy, an excitable toy camera. I'm just looking for new characters. Melissa Villasenor as Karen Beverly. Yeah, it just then a bunch of characters that we
9-9. Wait.
Yeah.
Right?
No, Saturday Night
No,
Live.
Saturday Night Live.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. Wrong one.
Yeah, it also says Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear. Allen also voices the Multi-Buzz, a group of 50 high-tech Buzz
course.
Lightyear units stuck in demo mode. So I mean, I like the casting of all the new folks. I like Craig Robinson and Conan. So I'm hopeful and going to give them the benefit of the doubt that this is going to be good, because they've never proved me wrong when it's come to Toy Story, or they've never, given me a bad thing when it's come to Toy Story. So I'm
Four
going
was
in.
close.
I like 4. Come on, you got Forky came out of 4, the most
Yeah.
profitable toy.
Well, yeah.
Kids know Forky more than they know Woody.
What if Forky didn't come out? That's my thing.
I think they would have found a way. That's the thing. Like I'm telling you, at least for
But
me.
it did.
Yeah.
It did.
For me, at least, it's been one of those things where I really did think that it ended well at 3. I think it
I
was
agree.
just a good story. Maybe it's the fact that they need to stop calling them Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4 and start giving them subtitles instead. Like now that it's like Bonnie's era with the toys, you know what I mean? Like this is the
Toy
Infinity
Story.
Saga or something.
Toy
I don't
Story,
know.
yeah, no,
This is the
Ragnarok.
multiverse saga with Bonnie or something. But There have been very distinct times where I remember seeing the stuff and being excited, but then thinking about it and thinking, but they finished it so well, and then kind of coming around to it again after seeing it or seeing the trailer or something, and then being excited. So ups and downs. I've been all over the place with it, but you're right. I don't think I've ever been disappointed with the actual film once it's out.
Right.
Overall, it's more on me that I was doubting whether or not it was going to be good, and so this is probably going to be the same thing. I'm just interested in how the story's going to pan out. Like who's going to be like, who's going to have the most burden, on the blame for this one, as far as like, was it the parents? Was it the kids? Who is the message going to be for? Because every film has a message. Every Pixar film has some kind of message. Who is this one going to be geared at?
Well, we'll find out on June 19th.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
You got a friend in me.
You got
Not gonna lie,
Randy
I'm gonna
Newman,
see
and
it.
Randy Newman's back. He's doing the score. 1,000 years old Randy Newman.
He didn't have to write this song, so that's good. He's got one down.
Let's see, how old is he? He's 82. He's not that old.
1,000 years old. All right, Andrew. Let's wrap up. Show us your shirt.
Oh, yes, right. I forgot. I'm wearing, it looks like a Matterhorn shirt, but it's a Dole Whip shirt.
Dole Whip.
It's a Dole Whip shirt. It says
Nice.
Dole Whip from Disneyland. That's
Dole
Disneyland
Whip.
down there.
Dole Whippia.
Yeah. I don't know. I got this
From
a
the
while.
land of Dole.
This is like a this is like a 2017 shirt.
From the
Right,
land
straight
of
from the
Whip.
parks. I don't have too many yellow shirts, but Dole Whip is yellow, and you got to have a Dole Whip shirt. I bought this shirt, and then at some point I'll wear my churro shirt. I don't think I've worn the churro shirt yet,
Yum.
but I bought these
Not yet.
at the same time.
Have you ever
That
taken
one's
a
like-
churro and dipped it in a Dole Whip?
No, but I taken a churro and dipped it in my mouth, and then I chewed it.
Tell me more.
So, are you
It's-
sure you want me to tell you more?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
I tried that once with the churro and the Dole Whip, and it was only because at one point somebody told me how they would go to Wendy's and they would get fries and they would dip them in the Frosty. And I
Yeah,
was like, that
salty
sounds
and sweet.
horrible. Like, that's not. But
Sure.
it's actually really good.
Yeah,
I tried the
salty-
thing at Wendy's.
Yeah.
I do like sweet and savory together.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it, and then I tried it with the churro and the Dole Whip. Didn't work out as well because they were both so sweet.
Yes, they're both sweet and sweet.
That it kind of clashes.
Hat on
But
a hat.
it's all going to the same place anyway, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it either way. But
You can take a churro and dip it in a cheese sauce.
barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Go get a pretzel, get the cheese sauce.
In
cheese,
ranch.
Cheese
Oh,
churro.
ranch.
They should start doing savory
Andrew,
churros.
next time you go buy a churro and dip it in ranch, report back on what that tastes like.
Sure.
Let us know.
I'll go around
Record a
the
video.
resort and get all the sauces I can.
All of
Ketchup
them.
and
Oh,
barbecue
my gosh.
sauce.
Instead of the actual strawberry and blueberry and the
Yeah.
caramel and the
Ketchup,
dulce de
mustard.
leche, all that stuff that they
Mustard.
have. Yeah. All right, that's where we're going to end it.
Yeah, we ended
on
on
mustard.
mustard, just like always.
All right. Well, if you have any comments on anything that we talked about in this episode, feel free to join us over in the comment section on YouTube. Join us in our Discord community. We'd love to have you there. So that's it. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.